Tierra.
Hello, greetings, and welcome. This is Mega Retro Rocket, embarking finally on my very first Let's Play. I've chosen Lode Runner: The Legend Returns for the MS-DOS, and I'll get right into it. We'll explain kind of what this game's all about along the way. Alright, so the game takes the form of this pretty simple platformer. Basically, you play this guy who's Jake, who goes around and collects all this gold. He's kind of a Tomb Raider, I guess. And you have to collect all the gold, which opens up portable to the next realm. And the only thing you have with you are your wits and your blaster. You can only shoot to the left and to the right of you, not straight down. So if you end up in a pickle where you're kind of stuck, well, you're stuck. And you have to wait till basically you die. Hello! And hello, YouTube! So I chose this game basically because it's easy to record and I'm pretty familiar with it, and I love this game. It's very near and dear to my heart. It was one of the first games I ever played. It came on my family's very first computer, along with some of the things like Learning Company games, Gizmos and Gadgets, and that sort of thing. I always loved this game. It's so simple, but it has great musical score and pretty engaging gameplay. It was pretty fun. So you go around, collect all this gold, and move along. The single player has more than 150 levels. I'm not exactly sure how many. Haven't really delved into it. I'm going basically just off of the knowledge that I had as a kid from playing the game. These little monkey bars you can climb across. But I mainly played the multiplayer when I was younger, as I could play with my dad and my sister, where they take control of Wes Reckless, his blue counterpart to Jake. And you play both with the same keyboard, Jake using the numpad and the second player using the WASD controls. And you see here, this is our first experience with the enemies. They are the Mad Monks, they are cannibals, and they're awful and terrifying. So you want to avoid them at all costs because they'll eat you and you lose a life. That's no good. They'll also pick up some gold along the way, and the only way to get them to relinquish it is to drop them into a hole or wait for them. Sometimes they'll drop it randomly on their own, of their own accord. But usually you'll have to convince them by putting them in a hole. See that guy up there just grabbed that piece of gold, which is good for us because he just left it behind, and now I can go pick it up. And that one too. And it's less work for us. I'm okay with that. But yeah, you typically want to keep them in a line. Most of the game is figuring out the efficient path to collect all the gold without putting yourself in a position where you can't go back for something that you missed. And more often than not, it's not the monks that'll kill you, it's my own poor planning. Or putting myself in a position where I can't escape. And there's the last gold, and we go through. It's a pretty straightforward game. It does get tricky later on. It does get really tricky later on. But, you know, we'll make it work. You also see right here, sometimes gold will be inside of shootable blocks. And that can be tricky. Sometimes you won't know, often you won't know if you've missed anything until you've collected everything else and the gate still isn't opening. There's one later level which I'll denote when we get to it, where that was the case, and I went through and basically shot every block there was to shoot in the stage, and still didn't open it. That was because there were some places that I couldn't shoot through. I had to use an item. So here we go. It's a nice little effect here. Yeah. So we've only seen them in pairs. They will be more numerous in some levels. Typically not. You're not gonna have a horde too often. But oh, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Oh gosh. We're very, very lucky there. And just hop over them. The walking on top of monks' heads aspect is pretty funny and leads to some pretty interesting results. There's some great strategy involved. In fact, this is not the first time I tried recording this. I had some issues with my camera here, but it's okay. Where I hopped across 3 of them in a row. It's pretty funny, pretty fulfilling as well, pretty entertaining when you can get them all lined up and just basically crowd surf on top of these cannibals. Yeah. So the climbing aspect in particular of the monks is pretty interesting. They'll often prioritize going up a ladder rather than chasing you to get up to your elevation. I'm not sure what causes that aspect. It's something in the AI, but leads it a possibility to exploit. So it looks like one of them. I think this one on the right has it. Yep. Oh, jeez. That was close. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they do respawn infinitely, so going out and killing monks just for catharsis really doesn't amount to much. It's because they always come back. So you'll notice here that since I'm standing still, I can kind of get a lay of the land without the monks moving, and that's a good aspect. The only way this doesn't work is if you spawn in midair like that kind of spiral maze one was, because your dropping to the ground counts as a movement. You notice the game kind of introduces these aspects gradually. Like this one here, it introduces the idea of carryable items. You have this red gate up here, and there's a color-coordinated key I'm going to pick up. Since that gold's there just in one section, I'm going to get through it here. Yeah, so this is a gate. You can open it up without having all the gold, like that, but there's nothing there to do. So you have to collect all the gold for that to open up. You can use the key to open up the gate early. It doesn't really, I mean, kind of benefits you, I guess, if you need to pick up other items that may come up. But for the most part, you know, you can do it whatever way you want. I'm gonna jump in right on top of this. There we go. All right. Like I was saying before, the feature that monks can pick up gold can be the only way you solve a puzzle, like this one. There's 2 gold nuggets up there that I would never be able to reach, but he certainly can, and thankfully he grabbed one. So that's good for us. I just need one of them to die and respawn up there and grab the other one. That would be helpful. I'd appreciate that. Grab these while I wait. Some of these is just timing. You have to wait for the monks to do something, whether it be grab gold or... Dang, neither of them. Come on, guys. It's supposed to be cannibals. It's supposed to, you know, be characters of ill repute. Steal the gold so that I can steal it from you. That's how it works. Dance! Dance, Jake, dance! 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 There's just little things that went into this game. There we go, there's the other one. Little things that went into the game, like the kind of flash against Jake when he uses the blaster. There's a lot of humorous animations in here as well. It's it's a fun game. I think it's a fun, well-polished game. No. There we go. Something to see here is a new type of block, which is pass-through blocks. No. You can't tell that you'd go straight through them just by looking at them, but they are, since they're a special type of block, you can't shoot them. It's the only real way to tell. And here we have goop. And look at that walking animation, which is hilarious. And the monks will get stuck in the goop as well, and they have a pretty hilarious animation as well while walking through it. So you do move substantially faster than the monks, so one-on-one it's really not that risky, unless they do something to outmaneuver you, or you do something to outmaneuver yourself, I guess. Yeah. These hard blocks right here, you can't shoot through those. Alright, this level is more of a labyrinth. You can see you can do this a variety of ways. When I was a kid, I'd always go directly to the right, but I think I'm going to try out something a little different. Let's go this way. This way, this way. Alright. Yeah, so getting those guys close together, getting the monks all in one spot, is definitely advantageous, because you can just, I should say, with the caveat, as long as you have enough land, enough terrain to do, this 3 blasts in a row, just joop, 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 and then just walk across the top. They aren't getting out of there. However, you also have to keep in mind that it's not always... Oh, shoot. That's not good. Well, you get to see what happens when I get eaten. It was pretty graphic. You have to keep in mind that if the land closes up on the monks and they get killed, they respawn somewhere else, so it kind of gets rid of your advantage of keeping them all in one location if you do end up killing one of them. And that one in the back is the one there. So, just something to keep in mind. I think what I'll do... Oh. Well, that works. Gotta be real quick there. Lay a couple traps, and there we go. I don't want to walk off the edge there until I know I can get back. Oh well, we'll get the other ones and we'll come back for it. So, that's a nice thing about these levels. It's really... I mean, it's linear in that you do one level to the next, but you get to choose how to solve the puzzle. There's never just one solution, but there are definitely some strategies that are more effective than others. So I'm gonna let them do what you gotta do, guys. I won't judge. So there we go. Yes, there were a variety of games that I was thinking about that I'll probably go back to and do it later. But to start with, I'm going to stick to DOS games and other PC games that I can record relatively easily without too much effort. Record my voice with my camera microphone and just screen capture through the software, which is incredibly handy. So I'll do this and go around. On this platform, this is an instance of where you can get stuck really easily. If you just run too far over here, you can't get out of that. There's no way. At that point, you either need to wait for the monks to come down and eat you, or you need to commit suicide, which is a possibility. All you gotta do is... This isn't good. There's that skull and crossbones icon next to your lives is a suicide button as a last resort. Oh gosh. Well, that was good. I'm glad you stole it for me there, but I'll still have to go up, and this is not... No, that's fine. not the smoothest I've done this level, but you know, what are you gonna do? Oh gosh. Yeah. Tricky when they get in a loop like that and you can't really do much to break them out of it. I suppose I could have, you know, shot the land back a little bit, but wasn't thinking. Oh well. That's a nice sound. It's tricky because with all the ladders, they're able to come straight down on top of me. But it looks like they're sticking over there. They're sticking to their climb whatever ladder is nearest guns, which is totally fine by me. I can just have smooth sailing on that second run there. Yeah, well. So yeah, it's a fun little game you can pick up and play, do a couple levels, leave it, or you can try and run the marathon like I'm going to try and do here. I think this will be our last level for the first episode, so just to keep it tidy. Nice. You'll often need to run through the level multiple times. And this is a perfect example of it, especially these boxes. Because those ones that are on the second level, those gold pieces that are up high like that one, you can't. You can't jump or anything in this game, so you just kind of have to grin and bear it, do it multiple times. So I think I'm gonna go do the left one first. Whew. Force him off the wall there. I don't think I can make it up there. Let's try getting them all the way over here first. Let's see if that'll work. Come on. Nope, guess not. Sometimes they'll come up, sometimes they won't. I think I'll just hang out here for a sec. And race them up the ladder. Oh, that's bad. Just stuck him right on top of me. Alright, well, we'll do this one first. There we go. I'm gonna go over and polish off this box first. There we go. And up through the middle. I think, if I remember correctly, the portal is over here on the top. So, I have to do that one more time. This is not good. Ah! Oh gosh, that was too close. So I'm gonna have to go up through the middle one more time. Come on, heal. Had to run. That's not good. Not ideal. Oh well. Oh well. There we go. Getting sloppy. Can't get sloppy. I did it again. Sometimes it's hard to tell where you are. You can move within pixels, not within pickles. You can't move within pickles at all. Within pixels on each block, I guess, every width of Jake. So, you know, you can definitely mess yourself up. Get stuck in a corner, get stuck in a wall. Just wait for the inevitable. Alright, but good. This is a good place to leave off. This is a pretty taxing level, pretty arduous, but we'll pick it up on the next episode. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you in the next part of Retro Rocket plays. Lode Runner: The Legend Returns.